Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
How's your Christmas?
It was good. It was a long day, but it was good. Very fun. We had a good time. In-laws were in town, and so, uh, you know, kind of perks of playing on Christmas Eve. I didn't have to set up and make any toys all night, so that was pretty, kind of made out pretty good there.
Yeah, but as a guy who loves football, how much do you enjoy playing in the atmosphere that is Buffalo, their fans?
No, it's a great place to play. I've always told people when they ask, where some of your favorite places to play, and that's always at the top of the list. That obviously, rivalry game within the AFC East. Play them twice a year, and it's such a great environment. Great sports town, great fan base. That doesn't really like us, and so it's always a fun place to go. And as a competitor, you love going into environments like that and competing against good football teams, which will be this Sunday.
David, how much do you guys take away as an offense from the win back in October? Teams change throughout the week to week.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at everything, right? But like obviously they're going to look at it too and say, hey, we could have done this better, we could have done that better. Here's things that we did good against them that they're going to try to stop, and obviously our coaches are doing the same thing, and obviously now there's some they've signed some different players up front, and some different bodies at Oliver didn't play in whatever game week that was, and now he's back healthy, and signed Linval Joseph, so that's going to add a different dynamic to the game, obviously, and guys that I've competed against throughout my career, but for some of these guys they've never played against them, so it always changes. It's always, different, but at the same time, it's they run their defense, we run our offense. So, obviously everybody's looking for that advantage in the game plan. Areas that they can attack or we can attack or whatever it may be. So, it is an interesting thing though. When you come into the NFL, as a college person, when you're playing a team. And twice, and it's happened in my career, where it's like a week apart or 2 weeks apart, which is pretty fast turnaround. So it's definitely a new thing, for some of the younger guys.
Speaking of the younger guys, what do you tell a rookie, maybe this time of year, who's fighting through it, maybe hitting the rookie wall?
Yeah, I think, look, you just got to keep pushing, right? And I think, it's being a rookie's hard, and but also. When you're getting to play and have these great opportunities, I mean, you can't let them go to waste, and you can't squander them away. And I think that's something I kind of did a little bit toward the end of my rookie year, and was kind of sitting there after the season, like, man, like did I waste these opportunities? And is this the 10 or 11 games, is that going to be my career with the Patriots? And so think with these opportunities they have, you just got to take advantage of them, keep running. Get to play against some really good talent this week. Another chance to put that on film against a good football team. So, it'd be, try to finish strong, and try to finish. I think, we've done that as a team, with our work ethic throughout the weeks and trying to get better and, keep on fighting.
David, you've been faced a lot of blitz-heavy teams recently. Do you expect a similar approach from the Bills, and how do you feel you've responded over the past few weeks?
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, there's all the data and percentages and all that stuff, and sometimes it holds true, sometimes it doesn't. I think the biggest thing, thought we did for the most part, Sunday night did a pretty good job against the blitz. I think obviously. Buffalo has a good scheme and can bring, whether it's linebackers, the star, safeties, they do a good job mixing in the blitz package. So really, I think the biggest thing is just knowing how you're going to have to handle it, because you can't predict when it comes, right? It might come on first down, might come on third down, might come on second down. Knowing how you're going to handle it, and really all 11 guys being on the same page, whether it's could be the back in the protection, might be our guy, could be receivers having to run a hot route or something. So, you really have to be all 11 on the same page for it to work, right? Because if you pick up the blitz and the routes are messed up, then or the same thing if you don't pick up the blitz and they run the right routes and he doesn't have time to get it off. So, it really does. It's 11 guys on each play, and especially when teams are bringing pressure. So, I think we need to do a good job of that. I think we've done a better job of that, here recently a little bit.
David, Bill O'Brien said this week that he liked the way that Jake Bailey moved around within the pocket, make plays. He says that he works on it every day before practice. How have you seen that grow from him, and how important is that for you guys that he has that ability?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's it's not always perfect, right? Especially when they are bringing blitz and movement, and sometimes they can bring overload blitzes, and there is going to be some guy free in some aspect, if that makes sense, and really knowing how to navigate and step away from pressure and know where escape lanes are and things like that. It helps obviously the offensive line, and two, if you're able to pick up a blitz, there's usually big holes in the defense because obviously there's not as many guys in coverage. So when you can execute, you do have chances to make plays against the blitz and things like that. And I think he's done a good job of that. Making plays. I wouldn't say he's a scrambler, but he's made a couple plays. Getting out there. Running when he wants to, or obviously the touchdown to Mike. That was a great job by him, stepping up in the pocket. And then I can't remember if it was the Pop Douglas pass or the Farrow pass. It might have been could have been both, but I know one he stepped up in there and hit one of those guys on a big pass play. So I think he's done a good job of it. And as offensive lineman, you appreciate that when they're helping you out.
David, you guys have won 2 of your last 3 games. Do you feel like this team has some momentum, and do you feel that you can show something over these next 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think you can definitely show something. You build momentum and confidence and things like that by executing, right? Like confidence just doesn't come out of thin air. I believe you build confidence in the guys around you and in each other when you're practicing and executing in practice and seeing the fruits of those labors, right? And like when you run a play in practice and then you execute it in the game, that's how you build confidence. Like confidence just doesn't come from saying, yeah, we can do it. Like I've always believed, like you build the confidence in yourself by doing it, and then in your teammates by reacting, doing what you're supposed to do, which allows them to do what they're supposed to do, and I think, when guys don't have confidence around with each other like that, that happens at times, and, you don't, confidence and momentum, they just don't come out of thin air. They're a product of work and execution.
David, we don't see you practice at 3 o'clock very often on Wednesdays. I know it's not your decision, but as far as moving that back, what does that allow you to do the next couple hours maybe you would in a normal schedule?
Yeah, obviously I had Monday off with Christmas, and then, Tuesday. So, able to clean some things up here, get some things corrected. And, in my career here, there's never been a game that was not somehow tied up. Dante was always good about bringing up the Super Bowls, April 14th or 15th, which was always, enjoyable. But because I had moved on, but he hadn't. So, it's just a way, and obviously allows us to get some preparation, in for Buffalo. So, I think that's a big thing. Win, lose, there's always things to learn from games. And even when plays are executed, there's something that can be done better. And if you lose that mindset or that frame of mind, I think, it's never good enough. And you can never say, that's something I've learned from Dante talking about the Super Bowls, it was never good enough. And even as a player, you're kind of like, well, dang, we won. I think it was pretty good, but it can never be good enough. It has, perfection is the goal, and it's unattainable, but that's what you're trying to do.
Dude, I'm not sure if you saw a lot of moving parts along the offensive line this season, but you've played every offensive snap so far. Do you take pride in the fact that you're able to kind of provide that availability, for lack of a better word?
Yeah. I think so. And it's, there's obviously had some things, in 2017, a health thing, and then 19 and a health thing, and and then 20 thumb surgery, and last year the concussion and stuff. So there's years you're beat up, and there's years you can't. I know in 20 I talked about not doing the thumb surgery, but it was on my snap hand, so it was like I had to do it. I can't wear a club on my snap hand, and coach asked me to snap left-handed, and that was abysmal. So, but we tried it. So, but yeah, there's years you're banged up and things you can control, and there's years you're able to fight through things, and not to say it's been easy, but it just, I think as a player, your availability is huge, and they pay me to be out there, and I think I couldn't look at myself not going out there and playing for the guys and the organization and the community, and honestly, all the people that sacrificed for me to do this, and because at the end of the day, you're a representation of them and all the people that poured into you, and I didn't get here alone, so I always want to try to represent all the different reasons why you play the game. So I've been very blessed this year to be able to be out there and knock on any wood that we'll keep that going.
You're actually
left-handed?
Do what?
Is it like trying to throw left? What's snapping left-handed like challenging?
Who would have been the offense assistant? 20. There would have been Carm. I might have broke Carmen Brasillo's hand because it was all over the place. It's not I don't know. If guys could do it, maybe, but it was not. I've worked a lot snapping a football with my right hand, and trying to do it with my left hand was not an option. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.